Welcome to my Raw review for Brooklyn. I've got some questions here, according to Raw, and some about WrestleMania upcoming. From Jen Wrestler. Please follow her. She's a great follower of yours. If you have a wrestling YouTube page or something, she'll ask you questions if you need questions. Asked or anything. So follow her. Said, did you watch Batman vs Superman? I did not. I'm not big into movies, unfortunately. I've heard there's mixed reviews on it. I haven't. I just saw it on Twitter, mixed reviews, but I have not checked it out. But I have not seen what the spoilers are. What happens at the end. I'd rather not see it. I just hate when people do that. But no, I unfortunately haven't seen it, but I might have to go and check it out. Who knows? What are your WrestleMania weekend traditions? She says, I'm going to have a barbecue at one of my friends' house. Since they haven't, sometimes in the past, since WrestleMania 23 until 20, it just certain pay-per-views, I've went over to a friend's house and we know someone's bought it or something like that. Since I've got the network, since everyone got the network and everything, I don't know what I'll do this upcoming weekend, WrestleMania weekend. I know I'll have to work, I always work in the mornings, so that's going to be good. I'll probably do a little cookout or something like that, honestly. Something with wing, maybe make some wings. I think that'd be very good, and, just have a couple friends over or something like that, and we'll just watch WrestleMania. Do you think SmackDown will be worth watching? Well, if no one knows or anything, since WrestleMania's this week, they want another day to travel with all the stuff, so they got everything prepared and everything. They did SmackDown tapings actually tonight for Brooklyn. So if you can tell why the crowd was probably edgy, because they had to go through two, the main event or superstars. They had to go through that, go through SmackDown tapings, and a live Raw. Well, that's at least, good little over 2 hours of wrestling before the 3-hour stuff. So they got an extra bonus for all this. So people that were there, they should not complain about the wrestling or anything, because they had a good 5 hours of wrestling. Good or bad, there's stuff had to be good in my opinion. So but worth watching, who knows? Because normally, like she said, there's normally a lot of promos building up, for SmackDown. I don't know. I know it's worth checking out since MR is on commentary all the time. Question from @Matt R1218 said, what NXT talent, if any, do you think will get a debut after WrestleMania? I would say definitely Finn Balor and maybe the Bullet Club / Balor Club. I wish New Japan would, allow them to just have the Bullet Club, logo, trademark, but didn't happen because they want it for their own, and I understand that. Finn Balor, definitely, maybe Bayley, Samoa Joe. I heard Samoa Joe might, possibly, but Finn Balor definitely, and I think Samoa Joe. Bailey maybe in a few months. Who knows? It depends if she wins or loses at NXT TakeOver Dallas. The last question I got here from at Justin Chavis 80: will Dean and Brock steal the show at WrestleMania? I don't know if you can say steal the show. Is it going to be entertaining? Oh, hell yeah, it's going to be entertaining. Stealing the show? I don't know about that. I mean, there's so many good matches. Everyone might say this was one of the worst build-ups last year. Bad build-up. Look how it ended up. Pretty good damn WrestleMania. So I think this is going to be the same way. It's going to be a very entertaining match in my opinion. I can't wait to see it. Alright, to what happened on Raw and my thoughts. You had, first out, normally they do their little intro thing that shows it for like 20 seconds. They even do that. They went straight into it, which I liked. I like when they do that. They went straight into it. Michael Cole says, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw," how he normally does it. And next thing you know, Taker's music hits, starting off with a bang. I said, Undertaker's coming out, start off the show. This is going to be damn lit. So, Taker comes out, just starts talking about like some other stuff he's already talked about with Vince, with this is going to be your blood on it, and he said, I might even get some of yours, Vince, which that leads me to say, is Undertaker going to somehow like allow Shane just to pin him like at a moment and just screw Vince over, and then Shane reinstates him like for WrestleMania or what? I'm not sure. I cannot wait to find out though. And then Shane comes out after Taker's going to end up, done saying something. Gets a pretty good pop. Then you're like, what's going to happen here? Something's got big going to have to happen. And I wish they would have held this off to the end of the show. But, they got to have a big start to the show. That's always how they've been here lately. And then, Shane keeps on talking, and then he comes to the ring. They start brawling and everything. Damn good. It's entertaining. And Undertaker's about to do the last ride to him through the announce table. Shane gets off, kicks him, starts doing his punches, which he's improved, but it's not looked too much better. Gets it, and then finally finds the TV monitor, hits him with it. Undertaker kind of gets up again, like sets up a little bit, and then he hits him again, and Shane does his big elbow drop he does. And let me say this, it was fucking cool to see that. It was. But I had someone on Twitter say, but he missed him. Well, I'm surprised he even got up there to the other side of the turnbuckle and jumped from that side in a pair of jeans. And Undertaker, I don't know whose fault it was, if Shane should have told Undertaker to move over, or Taker just didn't move over, but Taker needed to move over a little bit. Because Shane missed him by like that much or something like that. But it still looked fucking cool in my opinion. That was probably the best damn thing throughout the night in my opinion. Then you got Zack Ryder versus Y2J. I was like, when I heard that match, I was like, yeah, Y2J's got to get upset somehow, since he did it to AJ Styles. So Zack Ryder ends up getting the upset like I thought. Then Chris Jericho just goes on a rampage, funny as hell as a heel, and just starts doing stuff. It's just so funny. And then confirmed for I think this is the 4th time, Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania. And then that's gonna be a hell of a match in my opinion. Then you have Charlotte versus Becky in a very good women's wrestling match. This was good, very, very entertaining in my opinion. The fans got with Becky after they got done chanting, "We want Sasha," when she was right there on a commentary team, which I I don't get why they was chanting we want Sasha. She's right there. Just worry about the two that's actually in the match. My opinion. That's how it should be. So they finally get under, like, we want Becky, loud chants, you know. Becky's finally they're getting that groove with Becky, and Becky's finally getting over with the fans. Like, very, very over. So, very good match, like I said. And, let's see, let me look right here. I'd say it was probably the best match of the night, in my opinion. The night of the match. Most definitely. But then Becky is chasing Charlotte around the ring. And then Ric Flair grabs Becky's leg, like, for a second. And then, like, Becky puts him in. Ric Flair does, like, a flop. What they call it in the NBA, like, say you're, like, going, like, getting hit. And the dude just, like, does, like, acting, basically. He basically did a flop on the floor. Like, I was like, what is he doing? He shouldn't even went on the floor. And then Charlotte does her big kick, which, very impressive kick. She's very flexible. And then does the natural selection on Becky, gets the 1, 2, 3, so Charlotte wins that match. Which, not match of the night, in my opinion. Then you got after that match, you got a short segment, quick and sweet, very good segment between Vince and Shane. And Vince is like talking away, and then he's like, looks up, and you're like, it's probably Shane or Taker, and you're thinking, probably Shane. So he sees Shane, and Vince is like, what are you doing here? You probably need to be farther away, since what you just done to Undertaker. He said, oh no, I'm not staying. I'm not being unlike you over there. And he just keeps on talking and says, you stole, basically something about you stole or just got the company, but I'm going to take it from you. Which, that was, when I heard that, I was like, damn, Shane, that's pretty damn good. Like little promo, short and sweet, that was damn good, in my opinion. Then you had Triple H and Stephanie come out, with the longest ass promo. I'm like rolling my eyes, closing my eyes, because I'm about done with it. Let's hope Shane wins, I hope, WrestleMania, because I'd rather see Shane than Triple H and Stephanie McMahon doing promos. So, he's talking away, it seems like, for at least a good damn 15 minutes or something like that, like normal. And Roman comes out. And then Roman comes out, Triple H gets the best hand, and then Roman hits him, gets booed to death, and then Triple H does like a fist and gets cheered to death, and then Roman does a big right hand, knocks Triple H off his feet, and then Stephanie gets in the way, and that's it with that segment. Not too big of a fan of that segment, in my opinion. Then you had Kofi Kingston versus Alberto Del Rio. Pretty good match, honestly, I'd say. But I don't get why they are not doing the tag team championships on the line. I don't know what's the point of that match then, but who knows? It's WWE logic, I guess. But Kofi wins in this match against Alberto Del Rio, rolls him up for the 1, 2, 3 after getting distracted. Pretty good match, in my opinion. And then the New Day's going up, and then League of Nations is in the ring. Then you're hearing this voice. You're like, who is this? Jonathan Coachman. Coach is back on Raw. Probably just for like appearance or two. Basically he promoted that SportsCenter is going to be at WrestleMania, covering it all day long. So it's going to be on Sports Center. So WWE is getting sponsored by ESPN. Great deal for them. That's a smart move by him, honestly. And then he comes back and he said, I've always wanted to do this, and starts dancing. Boy, I don't know what dancing moves he knows, but that looked ugly, but it's funny, honestly. So then you got, coming from the break, you got Roman talking to Renee. And first off, before I say what happened, I don't think Renee gets a lot of credit for what she does. People might think she don't do a lot, but she does damn good job of what she does, honestly, in my opinion. But then you got Bubba Ray said, come on, let's finish what we did of SmackDown. And then when he's walking that way, Devon comes. And they start attacking him and Dudley's get a good pop for, hitting Roman. Then Roman's fighting him off and he's getting booed. Then Triple H comes nowhere, attacks him from behind, gets a big pop from most of the fans in Brooklyn. So, and then basically just beats him up, and then puts the title belt on, I'm not sure what it was, and bashes his head in and gets a big pop again, and that ends the segment. Dudley's Triple H whooping Roman's ass, and they get a pop for it. If that don't show you Roman shouldn't turn heel for most of the fans, which I do not get, because if you're a fan of a wrestler, you should like him face or heel. So if those fans like him as a heel, they should like him as a face. Fake fans right there, in my opinion. And then you got Kalisto versus versus Connor. My bad. But that's basically what the Ascension has been. But in my opinion, they're a pretty good tag team, in my opinion. So, Kalisto beats him in like 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Then Ryback comes out and confronts him and says, feed me more 3 times, and that's the end of that segment. I don't know what that really proved, but who knows. And then you got Brock coming out with Paul Heyman. Very good promo by Paul Heyman, like always. And I don't get what Dean accomplished by what he was doing. I mean, it was funny, but I thought there was going to brawl, and no brawl happened. So I'm kind of confused what happened. But they're saving it up for WrestleMania, so I don't mind that. But Paul Heyman always with a great damn promo. And then Dean just comes around the ring, gets his items, gets Mick Foley's, item, Bob Wire bat, gets Terry Funk's Chainsaw Charlie, his chainsaw, and just gets all other weapons and even puts steel steps in it, in the wagon that he has. It was very entertaining. That was very entertaining, but I thought they was going to brawl, but they're waiting until WrestleMania, and I don't mind it. And then you got Emma versus Paige. I cannot... WWE, thank you for this match. Like I tweeted out. This match was very good in my opinion also. I like Emma in the ring. I mean, she is just fantastic. Paige is good too. Emma wins from distracting. Lana does that kick. And Emma pins 1, 2, 3, and then they all have a brawl. Total Divas versus the other Divas. And then Lana's just out there and boom, boom. There's one more person that's got to come on Team Total Divas to make it 5-on-5. Eva Marie's music hits. And she gets the most boos I've heard in a very good while. When I say Brooklyn booed her out of the building, that's basically what they did. So I don't get how the comparison for her to be on a team that's worth all faces, not heels, how that's going to work out. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought it would have been better if someone else was there, honestly. Amanda. She should have been on there. I think she does better wrestling than Eva Marie, and I haven't seen her wrestle yet. I've heard good things about her. I cannot wait until I see her on NXT live TV wrestling, so I can see her do work in that damn ring. Could have brought back Trish or Lita. Maybe they're not with, the Total Diva show. But hell, at least you could have had someone else than Eva Marie. I'm sorry. And then you got Team Zayn, as I call it, versus Team Kevin Owens. You got Kevin Owens, The Miz, and Stardust versus Sin Cara, Sami Zayn, and Dolph Ziggler. The crowd was pissing me off during this match. It might have been a long-ass match. Might have been. But they did CM Punk chants, and I don't know why, but RVD chants. I guess they want RVD to induct Snoop Dogg in the Hall of Fame. They'd be smoking it up then. But CM Punk chants, I've never liked them. I mean, they were hot for like a few months after he left, but not anymore after years. Not anymore. Pissed me off, but Team Zayn wins this one. Kevin Owens banded The Miz and Stardust a few times already, and then they abandoned him in this match, left him alone, and then Sami Zayn does this hell of a kick on him and picks up the 1, 2, 3. Then you got the final segment. Triple H and Stephanie comes out once again to quote finish their segment that lasted 15 minutes already. At the beginning of at the middle of the show, not the beginning. My bad for that. But and then Roman comes out quick, and then they have another brawl, which was it was alright. It was better. It was a better finish than last year's tug of war with Brock and Roman with the title. I'm not gonna lie with that. But yeah, this Raw, in my opinion, is a thumbs up for me. And on a grade level, I give it a B- at best. It was, I think they could have done a little bit better with the Raw, but I don't think it was, worse. It wasn't as bad as people thought it might be, to me, in my opinion. Okay, I will have my WrestleMania predictions on Wednesday. Just ask if you want to ask any questions about WrestleMania or like anything. Just tweet me at team__Lesnar. Direct message me through that. Anything. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Excuse me. And I will be back on Wednesday to do my WrestleMania 32 predictions. I'll see you then.